Alright people, we are now going to the 5th story, Do Faustin. As we know, he's Morpheus, so let's get this puppy started.
The foolish king who fell in love with a goddess. He tried so hard to bring her back into this world. And each time he failed, time repeated itself like an echo. But this time, there's something different. In my hands is the great book, restored to its true form. Librum Aurora. Share with me your secrets, and open the doorway to the gods!
Alright, as I said, there's some little different things about this. One, we're only going through one stratum, and the people have voted we're going through the light one. It was a 4-3 vote. But as I said, in this one, we have no mercenaries to recruit. We also can't get the Guna. The only thing we can rely on are Majin. So at least, luckily, the game gives us Majin to start out with. But sometimes you want to get your own. So right now, your book's already set up with a couple of Majin already. But we're going to set some more. We already started with these. And of course, I'm going to add another Unsailing. Let's see. Another Zerda should work.
What do you want?
As you can see, we also have plenty of cash too, so. Oh yes, definitely another Garuda. This one will be very useful.
What do you
I'd say
want?
these are very versatile since they have a short range and long range attack. Garudas are useful because they can hit really hard and have a lot of HP. And the last one we'll set up is... oh wait, we already have one of those. We don't need another one. Let's have a Heafler in there. I may switch out the Heafler later on. And of course, since I got a full book for every Majin, I can get anyone I want. But now, the second thing you also gotta know is that Do Faustin is in Morpheus mode. That means he has no weapons or armor. He can only equip accessories. Luckily, we're at level 17. Unfortunately, we won't get anything new in the store. So we just get a pearl and a warrior, and that's pretty much all you're gonna need. I might as well buy all these elixirs because we're gonna have to work fast. Remember, Majin have a short amount of time to be out, so we'll work with that. Luckily, there's also fewer enemies to work with. Well, work against. As you can see, there's no one around. There's not even Kuna to get. We also won't have people to visit or anything like that, so there's no refugees. As you can see, we already started with Teardrops and Miracles, and a good amount of hearts and kidneys. So let's stock up with some elixirs. That way I can at least heal up Morpheus throughout the time. But we should be able to handle most of the stuff through this path pretty well, so let's get ourselves started. And we start off in the valley, and we're going to take the light path, as I said.
Ah, the one who would hear the many tales of Besek. Ever and ever endeavoring to be the puppet master of our labors, pulling strings and pushing buttons. Join me, my honored guest, my old friend. What lies before us now is the final revelation. The grand curtain has risen. Please, do take your seat. I should like you there to witness the end. And who knows, perhaps you may yet play a role in our performance.
Did a nice little fourth wall break in there, didn't she? Morpheus, DeFoss, whatever. Like I said, we're gonna start easy enough. Of course, if I die, you lose. Majin die, well, we're gonna have to replace him. And we may have a lot of money, but it's still, we don't want to lose anybody. Of course, I have everybody set up. There's not too many people here. As you see, us right here. We'll be trying to get as chest as we can. As you can see, this will probably, this is an average number for what enemies are gonna show up. I have all my guys grouped on one side, have Morpheus handle that sprite over there, and the rest of the group will handle these guys over here. I'll be trying to get the treasure chest. I may not get them all. And that's another reason to bring the Garuda. He's got a good high magic resistance, so it'll be useful for some of these guys later on. And you definitely want one of these right there, the L6. I'm sorry, Osnix. Very useful. They're very good at keeping everyone else alive by getting magic resistance. And of course, the life itself has nice curing. And Morpheus should be able to handle this one right here. I won't be getting new abilities until like level 20, so this is all I have really. But it's definitely plenty. Since I have a lot of dark attacks, it'll be easier to take out some of these guys here. And these guys right here will probably get in the most trouble, the Exo Machinas, due to the fact that they're weak against bludgeoning. And the only one we have bludgeoning right now, attack power sucks. But they don't have a resistance to slashing, so they'll take a good amount of damage there. But any damage on these guys is good damage. But let's hit this one with a long bow. Yeah, we definitely want to take this one out here. And, okay counter, but nothing too bad. This one's gonna come in here. Yeah, Pyro. That's nothing to worry about. Oh yes, and as I said, the person who actually said something about how the stories are actually relating to each other. Yeah, I kinda had to tell you a lie there, but that was just to keep it, not to spoil the surprise of the actual game. If I said no comment, then it would just go on a wild mental chase. So, sorry about that, but that's okay. Hopefully. Not too mad. Like I said, these guys are pretty much just like standard Majin, but as I said, new arrangements of people. These guys can't do combo attacks. They can't use items, so you can't just use these guys to self-sustain themselves. Morpheus is the only one who can give them an item to keep them around. But most of the time you don't want to do that anyway, because it's practically pointless. And I forgot the life itself, bludgeoning is very weak. But they do have salvo, or regen, and it's very useful. So that's good. And they have a good curing space. So let's get rid of one of these guys. Pyro modes. Even though they sometimes get a little confused on them, but that's okay. And there's no point in really having them sit around because they'll just eat up PP. So when you get to a point where you don't need them anymore, you just return them. Let's take this one out. And let's go get this chest open. Oh, another thing during this path, there will be no second objectives, so there will be no extra battles or anything like that. It's just a straight shot to the end. And let's see, this one has Ether. As you can see, I sent my other Majin back. And let's take out this one. Or at least start to. Another attack should do it. And we're finished. You also can't, of course, do any overkills on these guys, except for on bosses, which is only one.
Weaklings.
And you can't capture that one anyway, so. and that's it. There are generally fewer enemies, and you definitely want to play more of a Zerg rush tactic because you guys are only there for so long. If you get that down, everything else is easy. So we'll get ready for the next battle.